Hi there, everyone. Happy Tuesday. This is KXAN Live News Notes. I'm Amanda Dugan.
And I'm Will DuPree. Give us 5 minutes and we're going to cover all the headlines you need to know.
Something big we've been tracking are two major storms rolling towards the coast. Laura has now strengthened to a Category 1 hurricane with sustained winds of 75 miles per hour.
Hurricane Laura keeps moving through the Gulf of Mexico on its way to the coast, and right now she's eating up a bunch of warm water, which is fueling her.
Now, the latest forecast is saying, yes, she is now a major hurricane, as we mentioned, and that's defined as Category 3 or higher. And then we are expecting her to make landfall in about 24 to 48 hours.
The water in the Florida Keys already is getting choppy as the storm moves ever closer. It's expected to make landfall somewhere near the Texas-Louisiana border.
Now, our weather team is watching models that continue to trend further west, which will be something to watch closely in the upcoming days.
Governor Greg Abbott will give another update on the state's response to Hurricane Laura and the remains of Marco this afternoon.
And we do have teams deployed to that area. Our meteorologist David Yeomans, KXAN reporter Maggie Glynn are all along the coast covering how that landfall is going to look.
Today, it actually marks 3 years since Hurricane Harvey made landfall here in Texas.
That's right. It dropped almost 50 inches of rain in southeast Texas. Thousands were left without homes.
Who could ever forget this one? Some are still waiting to get their homes repaired even to this day.
And this is something I think a lot of people don't realize, but Harvey is one of the costliest hurricanes on record, causing $125 billion in damage. We've been hearing a lot about the census and, getting the word out there to have people fill it out. And this is pretty interesting. So the Census Action Committee for the Austin-Travis County area, well, they're now teaming up with several local organizations to get more people to fill out the 2020 census.
It is very important. So far, they've partnered with the Austin Public Library, the Central Texas Food Bank, and the Austin Area League of Women Voters.
And volunteers gathered at Navarro Early College High School for yesterday's census event.
They said hundreds of cars were already lined up when they arrived. A similar event is planned for next Monday at Dobie Middle School.
Volunteers say they are also registering people to vote at these events. And here's something to know. You can also register by text message.
Just text the word register to 48683. Again, that's 48683. That's also the number for I Vote.
Now, the Travis County Tax Office will reply with a link to fill out the voter registration form. And then that's going to be mailed to you. And then from that point, you sign, you date, and return it. I am so impressed that hundreds of people showed up to make sure that gets filled out.
It's definitely a good sign.
Definitely. School, we're always covering what's happening when it comes to classrooms here for our friends and our family who are watching. Austin ISD's new superintendent says the district will encourage, not require teachers to step on campus and teach virtually while in the classroom.
Dr. Stephanie Elizalde talked about the phased in of reopening schools during last night's board meeting.
She was asked what would happen if a student potentially showed up on campus unable to learn virtually.
We will never, ever, if a child shows up, we are not going to not take care of our children. That's not the Austin ISD way, and we would not do that. However, it is highly, highly discouraged, and we would have to make a phone call during the day while we're serving the child to ensure this would not become we would do.
She added the district is concerned about not having enough adult supervision on campus if too many children show up there.
Campuses will not exceed 25% capacity during the first 2 weeks. We always like to catch you up on the latest when it comes to coronavirus throughout the state of Texas and also locally. Fewer Texans are in the hospital battling COVID-19.
The state is reporting that just more than 5,000 people are in the hospital. That's 1,000 fewer compared to last Monday.
And here in Central Texas, no new deaths were reported yesterday. There have been more than 600 though since March.
Recoveries are increasing, near 40,000 at this point, and active cases keep going down. Right now, there are about 4,200.
And we still want to remind you to take those safety precautions we've been encouraging throughout the entire pandemic. Thank you for watching KXAN Live News Notes. I'm Amanda Dugan.
And I'm Will DuPree. We'll see you back here tomorrow with another look at your headlines.